Okay, this video is rationale for treatment of autoimmune disease. And what this is about is I get asked quite often, what do I think of different autoimmune disease protocols, or what do I recommend? And, first of all, the Dr. McDougall quote, if you want to cure, you got to avoid the cause. So look at leaky gut's the most common cause of autoimmune disease. I made videos about it. I got like about 25 things all listed that tend to cause leaky gut. So you just avoid those. Obvious one, eat more fiber. Avoid, high-fat diets. Avoid oils. Avoid all the things that tend to cause it, F- in your drinking water, for example, GP in your food. Okay, next thing is toxins like F- in your water and GP in your food can distort tissue, distort a protein, for example. When you change the shape of it, you turn it into a DAMPs. DAMPs is damage-associated molecular patterns that are then recognized by the immune system. Okay, oxidative stress can also do something similar, distort the shape of a tissue, and the immune system can potentially react to it. And I realize this usually doesn't happen, but it can happen. And you start going after these things if you think you've got an autoimmune disease. Okay, advanced glycation end products, they can be exogenous from the food you eat, especially high protein, high fat foods. They can be intrinsic, endogenous from diabetes. So you avoid what causes diabetes. You avoid the high fat, high protein foods like the animal foods. Also, you got to watch out for nuts. One can do an elimination diet for foods like gluten that can also damage the gut barrier, etc. There's no side effects from doing all this stuff, and it usually works, so why not try it? And it's free. What more do you want? Free and safe. It's a pretty good deal. If this doesn't work, then you can try eating lots of omega-3s, but omega-3s suppress the immune system. So that's what they're potentially doing, is suppressing the autoimmune disease by suppressing the immune system. But there's a pitfall. You eat those omega-3 fats, all the fat will increase the risk of obesity, increases the risk of insulin resistance. The insulin resistance can lead to diabetes. Can also cause the omega-3s can also cause immune suppression. The immune suppression will increase the risk of susceptibility to infections and to cancer. There's an increased incidence of prostate cancer, for example, when people are taking omega-3 supplements. So these are all some of the things you do. Plus, I didn't even mention estrogenic chemicals. I would avoid all these estrogenic chemicals. Estrogen can cause a little bit of a schizophrenic reaction in the immune system. In general, women tend to have a little bit more powerful immune system than men do. It gets suppressed during pregnancy, because pregnancy is like, carrying a transplant, really. But other than that, they tend to get over a lot of minor infections better than men do. And what I'm saying is these potentially increased estrogenic chemical exposures might have some effect on that. I don't know. About 80% of autoimmune diseases are in women. So you try all this stuff, and hopefully it'll work. Usually it does. Because if this all doesn't work and you're still having a lot of major symptoms, you'll potentially be recommended to go on the drugs. So the drugs are pretty powerful, things like methotrexate and whatnot. So I got separate videos on all these topics individually. I just wanted to put one quick summary of my rationale, because this is one of the most common questions I get asked. So I hope that was helpful.